Drew?
Is it Drew Myers who's doing it? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Yeah, that's what's supposed to, that's what it says on our.
Hello.
That's it. Okay. Mr. Myers, are you present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm waiting
great.
for the
Can you go ahead and give us information on ordinance 2024-46?
Yes. 1 second. Let me share my screen. All right. So this is PUO-24-2, ordinance 2024-46. This is located at 8370 South State Road 446. It's 15.3 acres in total. It is 2 separate parcels. It's currently zoned forest reserve.
Mr. Myers, 1 second. TSD, can you
Sure.
make the screen full in front of us? We only got.
It's minimized.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's all right. Is it zoomed in enough for you all to see?
It's much better now. Thank you.
Okay.
Great.
I can go ahead
Thank
and-
you. Perfect.
All right. So as I was saying, this is currently zoned forest reserve. It's in the environmental constraints overlay area 3. It's in Polk Township, section 16, and is unplatted. The comprehensive plan has it designated as farm and forest. This was heard by the Plan Commission on September 26 in a vote of 6-3 to forward it with a positive recommendation to the Board of Commissioners. Staff has maintained a recommendation of a negative recommendation, stating that the proposal for Area A does not align with the comprehensive plan designation for farm and forest. And additionally, the petitioner could petition for a rezone to limited business to acquire the uses of boat storage on the northern parcel without the need of a PUD. The proposal for Area B could be achieved under the Forest Reserve zoning designation and therefore does not require a rezone to a PUD as proposed. So a little bit more summary of this petition site is the planned PUD will be dividing it into 2 areas. Area A will consist of mostly of the northern parcel, and Area B will consist of the southern parcel. Currently, the northern parcel measures 4 acres and the southern parcel measures 11.3 acres. The petitioner is indicating that they will engage in a type E administrative subdivision to adjust those acreages slightly. And the intent behind that is to capture some of the existing drainage infrastructure that is located on the northern property. So the overall information related to the planned unit development is that they are those 2 areas. Area A will have boat storage facilities, a residence, and an office. That office will be within the residence itself. It will be a live-in situation for a on-site manager. According to the petitioner, approximately 1.7 acres of Area A will be utilized for the boat storage with an expansion area of less than a ½ acre at the north end of this area for possible future growth. There is a PUD statement and an outline plan in this packet, Exhibit 4, that details Area A will be used for open and covered boat storage with a maximum of 50 open boat storage spaces and 30 covered boat storage spaces. I will state that an additional amended outline plan statement has been uploaded and is in this packet. It's right before this report that also adjusts some of these numbers here, and we can cover that in a moment. There is an existing manufactured home residence on the property in Area A that is to be upgraded and remodeled to serve as a residence in Area A and also be utilized as the office. The petitioner intends and expects the residence in Area A to be the home of an on-site living manager. Here on the screen, I have the definitions from Chapter 802 for boat storage, single-family dwelling, and office. Some of the development standards for Area A are to follow the limited business zone under the County Development Ordinance, CDO, with the following additional standards. Setback from 100-year flood elevation of the detention area for surface storage. Improvements shall be set back from the flood elevation level a minimum of 10 feet horizontally and 1 foot vertically. Any structure which could be occupied for business or residential purpose shall be separated a minimum of 10 feet horizontally and 2 feet vertically from the 100-year flood elevation of the detention area. So that wraps up Area A. Area B, most of the southern lot, according to this PUD statement, it will consist of the following permitted uses as defined in the proposed conservation residential or CVR zone found in the county development ordinance, including single-family detached dwelling, short-term rental owner occupied, tourist home or cabin, and a home-based business. The development standards for this area are to follow the Conservation Residential 2.5 zoning district with a few additional standards, including front yard and building line setback from State Road 446 right-of-way line as 40 feet. Overall, in the entire PUD, the design standards apply, being that the design standards apply to both Area A and B, is that driveways and parking areas and boat storage areas will be stone and not paved. And they are stating that no landscaping be required within this PUD. There is a large portion of the property that the petitioner intends to include in a conservation easement to preserve the forest and existing woodlands there. That is part of the proposed site plan. In respect to phasing, as I stated before, a Type E administrative subdivision will begin the process within 6 months to establish the new boundaries of Area A and Area B. Phase 1 would consist of cleaning up trash, debris, discarded vehicle parts, tires, and boats that are strewn about the property, especially the southern lot. Phase 2 would be development of the open boat storage facility, upgrade and remodel the manufactured home for the office/residence. Phase 3 would be development of the 2 single-family home sites for Area B. Open phase, meaning that there's no time frame for this completion, is the additional covered boat storage in Area A after the completion of Phase 2, and additional covered boat storage dependent on market demand for that storage. Okay, subdivision use Area B may be subdivided into 2 lots in accordance with the subdivision control ordinance rules and standards. They are not intending on subdividing at this time, but they are keeping that option open within this PUD for that southern lot to create 2 lots. Okay, let's see here. That's just some regular information there about PUDs. We'll zoom out just a bit. Okay, here we have the location map. It's on State Road 446. It's south of the causeway. Sorry for the slow loading here. Okay, this is the zoning and adjacent uses map. It does show that the property is in Area 3 of the Environmental Constraints Overlay. Majority of the properties surrounding this parcel are zoned forest reserve. There is a small parcel that is zoned pre-existing business across the street in the northeast corner. Site conditions map here showing the red is greater than 15% in slope. Being in Area 3, there are regulations for slopes 18% and above. So that's not depicted on here, but that is depicted on other maps shared with the petitioner. And it does fall in line with their area that they are intending to preserve for those existing trees. Based on this map, there does not appear to be any karst or sinkhole features. Looking at the variable contour data, the existing or remnants of a stormwater detention area up here, just straddling the shared property line, that will be rehabilitated and incorporated into the commercial site plan that would follow this PUD for the boat storage use in this Area A section. Comprehensive plan has it designated as farm and forest. So these gray highlights are sections of the comprehensive plan analysis that are not in line with the proposed PUD, and the green is viewed as in line with the comprehensive plan designation. Here's that map that shows farm and forest. And then here are the findings of fact. That's all included in this packet. So Exhibit 1, we have the original petitioner letter and the PUD outline plan that has seen some revisions since. You can review that at your leisure. It's part of the packet. Here we have a draft site plan. Again, this has gone through some revisions based on review from Plan Review Committee as well as Plan Commission, but does give a good depiction of Area A as its shared lot line has shifted to encapsulate that drainage facility, and then Area B, the southern lot, at least I think it says 10.20 acres of buildable here in that shaded area. And this is just another picture of that, just zoomed in for a little bit more detail. And if you have trouble reading the resolution on any of these documents, please let me know and I can send you a better resolution image in case you have questions. This did go to the Drainage Board. This is some parts of that report that was submitted to them. And I believe the Drainage Board did approve that design for that infrastructure for Area A as well. So I'm just going to scroll through this information. This is all Drainage Board materials. Again, all of these that I'm showing here or scrolling through here are available in the packet. Okay, and then towards the end is the amended PUD statement and outline plan that was provided to the Plan Commission, which did update the permitted uses for Area A. They stated that a maximum of open boat storage spaces would be 50 and a maximum covered boat storage space would be 30. Let's see, permitted uses for Area B, as I stated before, and then some development standards as I've already covered as well within the report. Here's the Conservancy easement information that they are stating for portions of Area A and Area B identified by the 15% slope line, shall be placed in the Conservancy easement in favor of Monroe County Plan Commission or its designee. The Conservancy easement area constitutes approximately 30% of Area A and approximately 55% of Area B. There's also some information here about buildable area as well as the landscape plan stating that there will be no additional landscaping and that the property is heavily forested, that they will be preserving those in that conservation easement. Here's the information about future development as well as phasing. Talking about the expansion of additional boat storage spaces as needed or as the market demands. And then here's some information about the open phase and subdivision that I spoke on already. And then here towards the top of the packet on page 6 is the second amended PUD statement and outline plan that was produced after the Plan Commission's recommendation was made. So this was in response to some items that the Plan Commission wanted clarified. So again, maximum boat storage space is 50 here, as shown on this amended statement. The maximum single-family detached dwellings for Area B would be 2. Let's see here, development standards as the same. Area B following the CBR zone as proposed in the CDO, and Area A following the LB zone as proposed in the CDO. Buildable area, talking about Area B requiring septic systems for those residences. And then just pointing out here that the development for phase 3 of Area B, the development of the 2 single-family home sites in Area B to be completed in 3 to 5 years following a subdivision. So in this version of the outline statement, they're indicating that there will be a subdivision for those 2 homes, 1 home per legal lot of record. Okay. I think that brings me to questions. As I've stated, our recommendation, planning staff's recommendation, it was maintained as a negative recommendation. And the Plan Commission voted 6-3 with a positive recommendation to the Board of Commissioners. There was one condition of approval, as I show here in the title page, which was just for the property owner or petitioner to clarify a piece of information, which was, here, number 1, Area B to include 2 single-family residences on 1 lot of record, 1 being accessory to the other. So this is a point of conversation that I want to clear up with the petitioner, because that was one of the big talking points about the Plan Commission hearing, was whether or not the southern parcel, Area B, would be subdivided first and then 2 single-family residences, 1 on each lot, would be constructed, or if the PUD intention was to have 2 single-family residences on 1 lot of record. At the end of the Plan Commission hearing, that's what was determined, was that Area B would have 2 single-family residences on 1 lot of record, and in the future, there might be a subdivision that officially establishes those 2 lots. However, as you just saw in the amended PUD statement, the second amended PUD statement, they were indicating in the language that a subdivision would occur first, and then the houses would be constructed. So that's just an open question for the petitioner and petitioner's representative. But I'll now open up for questions from the board.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. Comments or questions, Commissioner Jones?
Not yet, thank you.
Commissioner Githens?
I have a question later for the petitioner. But that's,
Well, we're not hearing from the petitioner today, so.
well, my question is that with the boat storage, the way it's set up on the map that Mr. Myers showed, it looks like it's very, very close to where the detention pond is, and I'm worried about contaminants, oil, gasoline, things like that, leakage, and I'm interested in knowing what kind of going to be paved, how it's going to be kept, things like that.
Yeah, well, that's a good question for Mr. Myers. Was that addressed at all?
I can certainly look into that. As I stated before, the Drainage Board did approve the drainage plan for this project, but I can see that those parking spaces are rather close to that facility. So I can certainly get in communication with the MS4 coordinator to see if there was any more detailed conversation about that from the Drainage Board meeting, and to make sure that there's some sort of treatment or catchment of potential runoff there.
Did you have other questions? Or any other questions? We don't hear from petitioners during our work sessions, so when are we going to hear this at a regular meeting?
Well, given that we've got a lot of stuff going on with the CDO over the next week or two, I'd appreciate not hearing it next week.
So November 6th? Is that November 6th?
Yep, that works for me, and I will communicate that to the petitioner and the petitioner's representative.
If you guys want to do that, I won't be here.
I want to do it with you.
Back to
What, Mr. Myers, what's the latest that we could do this and still appropriately hear this?
Latest. Let me check that one moment. I'm going to stop my sharing for a second while I go on to the OpenGov site, because I do have the, well, let me just check this. One second. So 90 days after the Plan Commission hearing where this was voted on would be December 25th, 2024. So any time in November or early December to avoid the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, does December 4th work?
December 4th? Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to hit Thanksgiving. So what would you like to do?
I think we either hear it on the 6th of November or the 4th of December. And we do have virtual options for attendance, so.
Okay. So,
Do you have a preference, sir?
Yep.
Sixth? Okay, great. We're going to do this November 6th, Mr. Myers. We've got the petitioner
Okay.
in the room, and he's agreed to it, so.
okay, great.
Good? Is that enough time to get everything done? You know, it needs to get done?
I don't know if everything, but
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, all right.
I appreciate not doing it next week.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, anything else for the petition? Okay, good. All right, we're all set. Thank you, Mr. Myers, appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, and unless there's anything else, Mr. Cockrell, no, we're adjourned. Thank you all.